is from reasoning, logical reasoning and analytical abilities. Number C is coding, decoding, problems related to relations, that is blood relations, shapes, subsections, Venn diagrams, okay, problems based on clocks, calendars, ages, etc. etc. The next number system and order of magnitude. The next ratio and proportions. Okay, next central tendency, mean, median, mode. Okay, following next power and exponent, square, square roots, cube, cubic roots, HCF, LCM, etc. etc. The next percentages, simple and compound interest, profit and loss, time and work, time and distances, speed and distances. Okay. Next, area and perimeters of simple geometrical shapes, volumes and surface of areas. The next, cylinders, cubes and cuboids. So all these are generally we find in other competitive examinations also, where bank exams are there, SSC is there, railway exams are there. There also we find these kind of topics here. Okay, following. So, but very important thing is whatever I am just underlining, those are important. Okay, those are very simple. We can do it. Okay, following. The next, introduction to algebra, border mass, simplifications of weird symbols, etc. etc. Very important is data interpretation, data analysis, data sufficiency, concepts of probability, etc. etc. The next, emotional intelligence, understanding, analyzing the emotions, dimensions, emotional intelligence. Okay, following. Coping with emotions, empathy and coping with stress, social intelligence, interpersonal skills, decision making, critical thinking, problem solving, etc. etc. So all these comes under the first part. Okay, following. Second part consisting of science and technology 30. Okay, marks and current and current affairs consisting of 30. So in the science and technology, you see here nature and scope of science and technology. Okay, uses of the science and technology in day-to-day life. Uses of science and technology in day-to-day life. Okay, following, what is about the national policy on science and technology, innovation institutions, organizations in India and promoting integration science and technology innovation in various nothing but innovations in science and technology. Okay, following. The next, contributions in the science and technology prominent to Indian scientists here. Next, information and communications technology, information and communication technology, nature and scope of ICT, okay, in day-to-day life. The next, in the space and defense. So science and technology in space and defense. The next, energy. So the next, Space Research Organization, that is ISRO, its activities, various space technology, whatever we are using it. Okay. The next, about DRDO, okay, Defense Research Development Organization. So ISRO launches rockets, DRDO launches missiles. Following. The next, energy requirement and efficiency, India's existing energy needs, deficit. Following. The next, dependence on energy resources. Following. So energy policy of India, energy policy of India. Then government policies, solar, wind and nuclear energies. The next, environmental science, issues and concerns related to environment. Okay, following. So its legal aspects, policies and treaties for protection of environment at national and international level, biodiversity, very important topic here. Okay, following. Then environmental hazards, pollution, carbon emission, global warming, national action plans, etc. etc. So all these are very important here. The next, again, nanotechnology is very important. Okay, genetic engineering. These are enough, my dear friends. Whatever I have underlined, this is more than enough. Next, coming to the current events of regional, national and national importance, there is persons in news, sports. Okay, following. So national issues like politics. The next, any meetings. Next, committees, awards and honors. Okay, the next, important days. important is books and authors. Okay, following national parks, important national parks, etc., etc. All these are important for this. You will be getting 30 marks here. Next, coming to the mains session. Okay, coming to the mains session. Okay, in the mains you see we have 5 important papers which are compulsory. Of course, additionally you have 2 papers. One is Telugu, other one is English. Though it consists of 3 hours, 3 hours and 150, 150 respectively, but these marks is not countable. Only 5 papers are there. 5 papers marks are being countable. So coming to the English here. In English, what are the important topics means? So in English, essay is compulsory. Okay, letter writing, precise writing. Okay, fine. Then next, report writing. Okay, writing on visual information, formal speech. Okay, following precise writing again. Next, reading comprehension, English grammar. So English grammar means all the syllabus is being given here. Okay, friends. So beauty of APPSC is they mention the syllabus. Okay, following. So they mention the syllabus. Of course, the questions are beyond the syllabus also. The questions are beyond the syllabus also. The next, translation. So this is the topics for English. Coming to the Telugu, Telugu is also one of the compulsory paper, but it is also of qualifying nature only. Marks are not okay, following, to be allotted later. Marks are allotted okay, following. So this is not countable. Understand? But we need to write Telugu paper also, essay, precise writing to elaborate the thought of poetic or verse. The next, formal speech, comprehension. Okay, to prepare the statements of publicity media, letter writing, debate writing, application writing, report writing, dialogue writing, translation, Telugu language. Okay, following. So from English to Telugu and the Telugu to English, translation. The next, grammar of Telugu. Following. So one time preparation, 2 times revision is more than enough for Telugu as well as English. Now coming to the main paper, that is general essay. Okay, following. So in the mains, essay will be given from these topics. Okay, following from these topics. So 3 sections will be given in the essay. So each section consisting of these are the topics. Okay, following. So you see, maybe current affairs, socio-political issues, socio-economic issues, socio-environmental issues, cultural and historical aspects, issues related to civic awareness and reflected topics. So these are the topics which reflects the regional, which reflects the national, which reflects the international issues. Okay, following. So here where the topic, where the essay will be tested means it is being ability to compose a well argued piece of writing. The next, express coherently and sequentially. The next, about the awareness of the subject chosen. So what are the topics you are choosing, whether you are having awareness or not, about your writing skills, about your expression coherently. Okay, following. So next, so make essay simple and best. Okay, next, coming to the paper 2, history, culture and geography of India and Andhra Pradesh. History of Andhra Pradesh, history of India. Next, geography of India and geography of Andhra Pradesh. Following. So here, history and culture of India, prehistoric cultures of India, Indus Valley civilization, Vedic civilization, 16 Mahajanapadas, emergence of new religions known as Jainism, Buddhism. Same what we have seen in the prelims paper are also finding here. You need to write a description here, then you need to choose the right answer in the objective type of questions. Rise of Magadhas, age of Mauryas, Ashoka's Dharma, Ashoka the Great of Maurya dynasty. Okay, following. So his Dharma, which is known as Ashoka Dharma. The next, foreign invasions on India, the Kushans, the Shatavahanas. Okay, the natives of India. The next, Sangam age of South India, the Sungas, Guptas, Kanauj, and their contributions, historical effect of foreign travelers, early educational institutions. Next, the Pallavas, Badami Chalukyas, Eastern Chalukyas or Vengi Chalukyas, the Rashtrakutas, the Kalyani Chalukyas are also known as Western Chalukyas. So here Eastern Chalukyas, Vengi Chalukyas, Western Chalukyas are Kalyani Chalukyas. Then Cholas, that is known as latter Cholas. Latter Cholas, because you see, you find a Sangam age here. This is Sangam age also you find Cholas. Then Pandyas, Cheras. Who are these Cholas? These are the early Cholas, and these are the latter Cholas. The next, language, literature, art, architecture, Delhi Sultans. So Delhi Sultans are 5 in number. Okay, following. So you see in the previous prelims explanation also you will find the same here. The next, Mughals, administration of Mughals. Okay, following. So Mughal administration, about Mughal administration, following. The next of rise of East India Company, changes in administration, socio-cultural spheres, role of Christian missionaries in India. Okay, following. The next, British Raj. British Raj, East India Company ruled from 1857 to 1577 to 1856. Then land revenue settlements, permanent settlement, Raitwari settlement. The next, Mahalwari settlement. Then 1857 revolt. What are the consequences? Okay, following. So the next, various social religious reforms movement by Raja Mohan Rai, Dayanand Saraswati, Swami Vivekananda, Ali Besant, Sir Ahmad Khan and others. So Sir Ahmad Khan, Muslim, Aligarh Muslim University, Ani Besant. Okay, following. So Ani Besant has started the self-rule, okay, which is known as home rule movement across India. Okay, following. The next, rise of Indian nationalism, activities of Indian National Congress INC, Vande Mataram movement, home rule movement, self-respect movement, Jyotiba Phule, Narayan Guru, Periyar Ramaswamy Naikar, role of Mahatma Gandhi, Subhash Chandra Bose, Vallabhbhai Patel, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar and his contributions. So important personalities of national importance are being asked here. Next, Indian nationalism in 3 phases: freedom struggle, 1885 to 1905. The next, 1905 to 1920. Okay, for an extremist phase, and then Gandhian phase from 1920 to 47. So moderate phase, extremist phase, and Gandhian phase. Then about the movements like peasant movement, tribal workers movements in India, role of different parties in the freedom struggle. Okay, following. So etc. etc. All these things we have seen in the prelims also. The next, coming to the Andhra Pradesh history. About Andhra Pradesh history starts from Shatavahanas. Andhra Pradesh history starts from Shatavahanas. About Ishwakus, about Salantyanas, about Pallavas, about Vishnu Kundings, about the Jainism and Buddhism in Andhra Pradesh. Then about Vengi Chalukyas or Eastern Chalukyas, Rashtrakutas, Sainati Cholas. Okay, following. So about their social cultural life, religion, social script, okay, language, literature and art and architecture. The next, about medieval history of Andhra Pradesh. Okay, following. So here about religious conditions in Andhra Desha 1000 to 1565 AD. The next, antiquity, origin, growth and Telugu languages, okay, and literature. Next, about the Kavitrayas and Ashtadikayas, following. So likewise, the historical monuments and significance, the contributions of Qutub Shahis to Andhra history. The next, Praja Kavi, Vemana and others. What about the modern history of AP means? European trade establishments in Andhra. Okay, you see, Dutch are the people who has first established their factories at Masulipattnam, which was known as Machilipatnam. It was known as Masulipattnam, now it is known as Machilipatnam. Okay, following. So about the company role of Christian missionaries, then about native states and little kings, and then role of social reforms in Andhra Pradesh, Gurujad Apparao, Kandupuri Vireshwalingam, Raghupati Venkatarama Naidu, Gidugu Krishnam Ramamurthy, Anni Besant, others. Okay, then library movements in Andhra Pradesh, Role of newspaper, folk and tribal culture, oral traditions, and subaltern roles and role of women. So welcome back. So we are going to discuss about the nationalist movements in Andhra Pradesh and role of Andhra leaders. Okay, in Andhra Pradesh as well as role of Andhra leaders in nationalist movements like Justice Party, non-Brahman movements, nationalist and revolutionary literatures by Gurram Joshua, Boi Bhimanna, Sri Sri, then Gariballa Satyanarayana, Rayaprolu Subbarao, Unnava Lakshmi Narayana, Tripura Neni, Ramaswamy Chaudhary, and others. Next, Andhra Mahasabhas, Andhra movement by prominent leaders like Alluri Sitaramaraju, Duggirala Gopalakrishnaya, Konda Venkatappaya, Pattabi Sitaramaya, Ponaka Kanakamma, next Dokka Seethamma, next Grandhalaya movement, that is also known as library movement. Next, library movement started by Ayyanka Venkatratnam, Gadicharla Hari Sarvottama Rao, the next Kasinadhuni Nageshwar Rao, K. N. Rao, Potri Sriramulu formation of Andhra state in the year 1953 on 1st October. The next emergence of Andhra Pradesh in the year 1956, that is 1st November 1956. Okay, following. Next, Andhra Pradesh from 1956 to 2014, causes of bifurcation. Next, 2nd June 2014, and impact of the bifurcation. There is economic impact of the bifurcation. The next, Andhra Pradesh. Okay, about Bifurcation Act of Andhra Pradesh and its impact on economy as well as on the administration, socio-political, cultural, legal implications, loss of capital city, that is loss of capital city, and building of new capital and its financial implications, division of employees and their native issues, effect of bifurcation on trade and commerce, industry, implication of financial resources of state government. Next, developmental opportunities, that is economic, socio-economic, cultural and demographic impact of bifurcation, impact on river water sharing and other link issues, Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Act 2014, arbitraries of certain provisions. The next, geography of Andhra Pradesh, okay, physical features and resources of Andhra Pradesh, okay, about the India and Andhra Pradesh, major land reforms, climatic changes, soil types, rivers, water streams, the next rocks, mineral resources, metals, construction minerals, the next construction materials, reservoirs, dams, forest, mountains, hills, floral and flora, okay, plateau forest, hill forest, vegetation classifications. The next, coming to the economic geography, here we will be studying about the agriculture, livestock, forestry, fishery, quarrying, mining, household manufacturing. Okay, the next, agro, mineral, forest, fuel and manpower, trade and commerce, communication, road transport, storage and others. So these are comes under the economic geography. Coming to the social geography, about the population, distribution of population, human habitations. Okay, about density, age, sex, rural, urban, race, caste, tribe, religion, linguistic, urban migration, very important topic, urban migration, educational characteristics. So this is about the social geography. Then flora and fauna, various wild animals, national parks, wildlife sanctuaries, wild animals, then birds, reptiles, mammals, etc., etc., new discoveries of animals. At the same time, about the extinct of animals. Okay, following. So vulnerable, following, endangered, extinct of animals. These are also very important. Next, environmental geography, about sustainable development. The next, globalization, temperature, natural hazards like earthquakes, tsunamis, landslides, cyclones, okay, cloud bursts, disaster management, impact on etc., etc., including the pollution and pollution mitigation measures. Next is polity, constitution, governance, law and ethics. Here in the constitution we need to learn about the constitution and its features. Nothing but the salient features of the Indian constitution. functions, duties of Indian Union. The next, issues and challenges pertaining to federal structure, role of governor of state. Okay, following distribution of powers between central and state governments, that is union and state governments. About the seventh schedule, union list, state list, and concurrent list, issues and challenges. Rural and urban development. Okay, following through Panchayati Raj and municipalities. So 73rd and 74th constitutional amendments. The next, parliament and state legislatures, parliament and state legislatures. About Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, about MLA and MLC. Okay, following the next, judiciary in India, about Supreme Court, High Court, district courts, about the lower courts in India. Okay, about their structure and functions. Important provisions regarding to emergency and constitutional amendments. Nothing but Article 352, 356, 360 of the Constitution. Okay, following the next, judicial review, whether the concept of judicial review is original with the Indian Constitution or borrowed feature of Indian Constitution. So it is borrowed from USA, United States of America. Then PIL, public interest litigation. Okay, the next, public administration and governance, about meaning, nature and scope of public administration, evolution in India. Okay, following. So since ancient times, like Kautilya's Arthashastra in administration and in economy, then Mughal administration, legacy of British in India, then government policies and interventions of development in various sectors and issues and challenges. Okay, fine. So all these coming to the public administration, my dear friends, about government policies. Okay, following about development process, following about regulatory boards and quasi-judicial authorities, good governance and e-governance. Okay, following, so how it works. Okay, and this is very new paper, that is ethics, not new. Okay, following. So okay, fine. Ethics and human interference. So what is ethics? What are the features of ethics? What about the human interference in ethics? Various dimensions of ethics. Okay, following various dimensions of ethics. Accountability, following, and then human values. Understanding the harmony and existence of human relationships in society and in nature. Following gender equality, equability in relationships, role of family, society, educational institutions in imparting values to citizens, lessons from lives and teachings of great leaders, reformers and administrators. Okay. Then about attitude, content, functions and influence and relations with thought and behavior, moral and political attitudes, following. So role of social influence, emotional intelligence, concepts and their utilities, applications in administration and governance. Concept of public services. Okay, philosophical basis of governance, professional ethics in light of right understanding and vision of holistic technologies. Following, so leadership ethics, RTI, right to information, ethical principles, ethical and moral values in governance, ethical issues in international relations, corruption, local and lokayukta. Okay, fine. So the next, basic knowledge of laws in India, that is Constitution of India. Okay, following, so criminal and civil laws, CPC and CRPC, about labor laws, about cyber laws, and about the tax laws in India. Following, so very important topics. All these are very important topics here. So paper 4 of mains, group 1 mains, economy and development of India and Andhra Pradesh. So here the complete economic syllabus is being given here for Andhra Pradesh as well as for India. So what are the topics to be read here? That is major challenges of Indian economy. That is growth rate. Okay, why the growth rate is inconsistent growth rate. Then why the low growth rates are being recorded in India? okay, as well as in the developing countries, Then mostly in agriculture as well as in manufacturing sector only, we are finding the low growth rates. But a stable and high growths are found in the service sector here. Okay, following. What about inflation and oil prices in India? The next, current accounts deficit, CAD, what we call it as. The next, unfavorable balance of payments. Okay, that is international trade and balance of payments, and it is unfavorable balance of payments, falling rupee value, growing NPAs and capital infusion, money laundering and black money, insufficient financial resources and deficiency of capital, lack of inclusive growth and sustainable development. Okay, following. That is nothing but SDG goals. Okay, following. So nature, consequences, as well as causes and the solutions to these problems of the lack of inclusive growth and sustainable development. Okay, following. The next, resource mobilization in Indian economy. Okay, then what are the sources of financial resources for public and private sector? What about the budgetary resources? What about the tax revenue and non-tax revenue? Public debt, market borrowings, loans and grants. Following. So at the same time, foreign direct investments. The next, monetary and fiscal policies. The next, various institutions of developmental finance in India. Then about the physical resources and energy resources in India. Then resource mobilization in Andhra Pradesh. Okay, about budgetary resources of Andhra Pradesh. The next, conditions of AP Bifurcation Act, central assistance and issues, conflict, public debt and projects of external assistance, physical resources, okay, that is mineral and forest resources, water disputes with neighboring states. The next, about the government budgeting, structure of government budgeting, okay, and its components. The next, types of budget, types of deficits, highlights of current year's union budget, that is 2022-2023, and its analysis, GST and related issues, central assistance to tax to the states, issues of federal finance in India, recommendations of 15th Finance Commission, that is latest Finance Commission. Then government budgeting in Andhra Pradesh, budget constraints, central assistance and issues of conflict after bifurcation of the state. Okay, following. So deficits. The next, current year budget analysis. The next, state finance commissions, local finance commissions, okay, of Andhra Pradesh as well as district finance commissions. Next, coming to the inclusive growth. So inclusive growth, okay, following. So the meaning of inclusive growth, okay, causes of exclusion in India, strategies for and instruments in inclusion, poverty, employment, health and education, social welfare schemes, sustainable agriculture, okay, and so public and partnership for inclusive growth, financial inclusion, okay, following. So current schemes for inclusive growth and financial inclusion. Next, public distribution system, that is PDS, and DWACRA schemes. Following. So agriculture development. So coming to the agriculture development in India as well as in Andhra Pradesh. Following. So first of all, it is about India. So about the economic development due to agriculture. Okay, why India is called as agrarian economy? What is green revolution? Then agriculture production and marketing. About financing issues in agriculture. Then about farming and sustainable agriculture. What about MSP? Minimum support price. Okay, following. So Swaminathan Commission, rainbow evolution. Coming to the Andhra Pradesh, it is about contribution to the regional disparities in irrigation. Then agriculture development, changing cropping patterns. The next, focus on horticulture, fisheries and dairying. Government schemes to promote agriculture in Andhra Pradesh. So these are the areas where agriculture is being following seen. The next economy scene. So industrial development and policy of India and Andhra Pradesh. About the contribution of public sector to industrial development. Then disinvestment and privatization. Difference and meanings of disinvestment and privatization. The next industrial sickness. The next Make in India startup programs. NIMS, SEZ industrial corridors in India as well as in Andhra Pradesh. Initiatives and incentives to industries. Industrial corridors in Andhra Pradesh, SEZ in Andhra Pradesh, bottlenecks for industrial development, and what are the power projects in Andhra Pradesh. Coming to infrastructure in India and Andhra Pradesh, you can see here about digital India, energy and power sector, solid waste management, public-private partnerships, environmental impacts. So at the same time here also in Andhra Pradesh also transport, energy, ICT infrastructure, government policy, ongoing projects are also being asked in the examination. Okay, following. So last but not least, economy is very important. Now the last one. Okay, following. So economy is finished. Now the last one, that is paper 5, science and technology. Okay, fine. Integration of science and technology and innovation for better human life. The next, science and technology in everyday life. Okay, following, and its contribution in India's field of science and technology. Okay, fine. And in the scope of nation building, major scientific institutions for research. Okay, following. So the next, information and communication technology as well as the Indian space programs by ISRO. Following, as well as weather forecasting affecting human life satellites in India. Okay, at the same time, okay, the next, conventional and non-conventional energy resources following. So the next, salient features of nuclear policy in India. What about the nuclear power programs in India? Okay, following. So the next, it is all about the conservation policy, environmental degradation, climate change and its impact or effect. Following. So cyclones, earthquakes, landslides, tsunamis. All this comes under the disaster management. How India and Andhra Pradesh are mitigating, okay, for development of the resources and also the strengthening and security of the resources. Following. So what about the environmental pollution and solid waste management in India? Okay, air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution, impact of solid waste, recycling and reuse, soil erosion and coastal erosion, global warming and its impact, and then environmental legislation. Okay, well, it's the Environmental Protection Act 1986 and then other acts and other acts. So human diseases, very important topic here. Okay, following. So in the biotechnology, very important topic is the human diseases, about bacterial diseases, about viral infections and viral diseases. Okay, following. So like you see, encephalitis, chikungunya, bird flu, and preventive measures during the outbreak. Okay, the next, introduction to the genetic engineering and biotechnology. The next, genetically modified crops. The next, fundamental concepts in vaccination, production of modern vaccines. So at the same time, coming to the international issues. Issues related to intellectual property rights in the field of science and technology, promotion of science in Andhra Pradesh. So these are the important areas where you need to concentrate for mains paper. So here in this session we have discussed about prelims as well as mains, my dear friends. So I hope you understood about the detailed syllabus of prelims and mains. So wish you all the best. Thank you.